What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm in a nice scenic area. We are out riding today on one of my personal favorite bikes, the Altis Sigma, and we wanted to talk about something that is going on right now. The new limited edition Altis Sigma. On your VIN number, it will show limited edition, and there's only 500 of these made. There's already a bunch of them that have shipped, but we wanted to touch on this and kind of go over the differences and explain what are the updates. I figured I'd get out here, ride around, and tell you guys about it. And that way you guys know and you guys can get your orders in today. We have a very limited amount at REV Rides right now, so make sure to get your order in today so you don't miss out on this. But let's hop on, ride around, and I'll tell you about the differences of the bike. All right, so I'm out on this little single track. One of the biggest things I love about the Altis is it's just so smooth and so comfortable. A lot of people talk about the weight. I weigh a lot, so I don't know, it just seems nimble to me. It doesn't seem, you know, like the weight's too high up. And that's something that I guess a lot of like younger riders don't think about, or a lot of like lighter weight riders that are new to this don't think about. It's like, oh, it weighs so much. When are you gonna actually feel that? And I would say a lot of the time that you feel it is when you're lifting it up, or when you're going up a lot of steep hills and where you have to really go uber slow all the time. What are the updates? The updates are 10% more battery. Overall, 10% gain for the limited edition will be awesome. The next thing as an update is more RPM range. The RPM range is increased from 7,800 to 8,300 RPM. Quite a bit more, and you should get quite a few more miles per hour. I was told it's up to about 5 miles per hour. Oh man, this is a pretty fun trail. It's nothing crazy, but this is the type of riding I prefer all the time. It's like a little bit of bumps, you know, some rocks, maybe a little jump or two. But the suspension on this I feel is great, but the new limited edition is even better because it's a dual spring, where this is just air on one side and spring on the other. Limited edition is dual spring, so you get a lot more response from the front suspension, which I'm excited to try. I honestly love the air because I can fine-tune the suspension for me, but I do find at my weight I kind of max it out. For street riding, I put it at about 200 to sometimes 220, just depends on like what I'm doing. And then on dirt, I usually put it back down to about 180. The new suspension I'm super excited about. Let's see what's up on the top of here. Oh, there's water. While we're talking about the front of the bike, the front wheel has a new hub. It's a little bit wider and considerably more beefier. They saw ways to make improvements, and that's what they did. Now, something that some people noticed when they took the bike apart to pack their bearings in their suspension, which is something you guys should be doing on occasion, is checking your bearings on your wheels, on your suspension. And they noticed that there was no dust seals in the suspension linkage. Altis listened to the customer and said, we will make that change, and they did. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, the throttle is so good on this bike. And while I feel like the throttle is, for me, one of the best on all these stock bikes, that is the next thing that's on the limited edition, a new throttle. They saw a way of improving, found a different manufacturer of throttles, and now are offering it on the bikes. That is going to round out all the differences for the limited edition, but it kind of goes back to stuff that we've talked about on other videos. Like, should everybody be buying the Altis? Is this bike for everyone? That's a loaded question. You can put anybody on this bike and they should be able to ride it no problem. The eco mode is very tame. It's not overly aggressive like some bikes, or not really dumbed down, but this is motorcycle inspired. This is not inspired off of a Suron, and I feel that's where the disconnect is. They started here, and it can only get better, guys. Obviously, we're 1 year in, 1 year from right around now that we released the video on this bike. Now we're talking about the limited edition version of this model. They wanted to update the bike and get you guys out a limited edition of it. So being that it's motorcycle oriented, it's not the prime choice for everybody. You can enjoy it in all cases and scenarios, but I would say it shines the most in single track MX style all dirt tracks riding, and it has all the power you would want and need. I feel that this fits really close to my riding style. I do like to ride on the streets, pavement from time to time, and I'm actually starting to change that as the regulations are. Right now, this is the bike that wins my heart personally. I advise you to look at all the information that you find on these bikes, whether it's the Altis or any other brand, and don't go off of specs or weight, any one thing. Kind of put all the things aside, figure out what you're gonna actually be doing for riding. If weight actually matters to you, then put that in the running for what bike you're gonna choose. Oh yeah. The other factor you want to get in is range. How often, how much are you going to be riding? Most off-road riding, you're not as aggressive as you would think. If you're in a lot of loose sand, dust, dirt, then you're going to wear through the battery quite a bit. I think the range on a lot of these bikes are very good. This one sits close to the top but middle of the pack for range currently. With an extra 10%, it should rise the ranks a little bit. All right, as you can see, the limited edition Altis Sigma has quite a few updates. And remember, it's limited edition because there's only 500 being made. REV Rides only has so many in stock, so get over to revrides.com right now and order yours today. I hope this gave you a little bit of insight on the limited edition Altis Sigma. We're very excited to see where Altis goes over the next few years. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments down below, or go to revrides.com/contact. And don't forget, if you're ever in the area, swing by and ride with us. Peace.